Alan, when would you expect consolidation in the sector to take place, and will you play a role in that, do you think?
Yeah, we've always been keen on consolidation if the opportunities arise. It's a lot harder in markets where there's ownership restrictions on airlines, as you know, and it's a lot harder in the markets in the Asia Pacific region where a lot of governments have involvement in the airlines. But we are hoping that if that did exist, Qantas is well positioned to take advantage of it, and we'll keep an eye out for those opportunities as they potentially arise.
What does Qantas look like after this? When we get through coronavirus, however long that takes, what does the airline ultimately end up looking like to you?
Well, you know, the Qantas of 2021, 22 will be very different from the Qantas of 2019. We're going to have to respond to a new Virgin coming out of administration, like we did when Ansett collapsed in 2001. We created Jetstar, we took costs out of Qantas, we improved the Qantas products significantly and got unbelievable ratings from our customers as we went through that process. We know that the international market is going to take some time for recovery. We have the ability to take share, but we know we have to look market by market at what that recovery looks like. So we're in the process of doing that and looking at it. We haven't made any calls on it. So will be calls about whether we bring back the 747s, which we're due to retire at the end of the year. That's probably unlikely, but we're maintaining flexibility there. Of our A380s, that we bring them all 12 back. It depends. They're used to the United States and the UK. It depends on how the United States and the UK cope with COVID-19. And then we have a look at, you know, the other markets that may be opportunities for Australians to go overseas, the big leisure markets that we've had in Asia and how they respond to this. So at the moment, we're keeping flexibility open, keeping everything on the table. We have made a decision to delay Project Sunrise, which were our fleet that we were looking at ordering that allowed us to fly non-stop from Australia to London and North America. In the current circumstances, we don't think it's the right thing to do, but we do think that's a longer-term opportunity for us. But we have to see the recovery of COVID-19 before we'd order those aircraft to do that project.
Well, since you mentioned that you're delaying it as well, final question, does that then mean you won't need the aircraft? Will you be perhaps delaying firming up that order for A350s?
Yes, we're obviously talking to Airbus about the 350s. Our intent, and they understand it, is that while we're in a recovery phase of COVID-19, it's not appropriate for us to put an order in for that large number of aircraft and the capital expenditure that would entail.